And we are live. We are live. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys are doing well. Just a quick live stream. I don't really plan on being online too long. Maybe sort of 45 minutes or so. But yeah, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Just some random boxing talk, I guess. See where it takes us. Okie dokie. Where were we at? 1 second. I'm being unprofessional as ever. Let me just sort that shit out. Let me just open that. Sorry, we're all over the shop here. 1 second. Okay, let me open this tab up. Christ's sake. All over the gaff. All over the gaff. With you in 1 moment. There we go. Boom. Yo, big up to St. Brit Sports. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Been enjoying your videos. Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. I'm not going to be online for long, Unrivaled. I'd say maybe 45 minutes or so, just a really quick one. I was pretty bored, so I thought, why not? Why not? I'm trying to get at least one done a week, basically. That's my kind of goal. I don't want to be streaming every other day, just like 1 or 2 a week, and I'll be happy with that. Eventually, I'll start having people on again, but right now, I'm just feeling these solo streams at the minute, personally. But yeah, we've got St. Brit, we've got Unrivaled, we've got Carlos Mendoza. Big up to Carlos Mendoza. Madman in the chat as well. Reppin'. Big up to Madman. Sporting Advantage. By the way, Sporting Advantage, he does have a channel. So shout out to Sporting Advantage, as does Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News and St. Brit Sports. So big up to you guys, man. Big up to you guys. We have got some boxing this weekend. We do have some boxing. We've got Anthony Yarde returning to the ring. He is fighting the mighty Dex Spellman. I mean, that's going to be a bit of a mismatch, let's be honest. Not really looking forward to that one. I do like Mark Heffron versus Denzel Bentley. I think that's going to be a violent fight. I see that is basically a 50-50 fight as far as I'm concerned. Both guys are limited, but both guys can punch. Both guys are fairly aggressive. That'll be a good little fight, that. Definitely be a good fight. But, yeah. Not too much this weekend. We've got Kavalauskas versus Mikhail Zufsky. That's an okay fight. Miguel Mariaga versus Joey Gonzalez. That's okay. Not a super strong weekend, to be honest. Big up to Adam Moore. Big up to N. Simpson. He's saying Wilder's bottled it, apparently. I saw a fake report online about Wilder pulling out of a third fight, but I'm not sure whether anything's been said since then. We shall see. Big up to Hall of the Vigilant. I think that's Nordic Warrior. Big up to Nordic. Nice speaking to you last night, man, on Mark's stream. Big up to Nordic. Big up to Justin. Breaking news from Justin Marcial. Errol Spence has yet to spar. Will he lose to Danny? If he's not sparred, then listen, man, that's a risky fight. Errol Spence, he wouldn't have sparred since before the Porter fight. That's a hell of a long time not to have any sort of action, not to be getting touched by shots or anything like that. That's a long, long time if that's the case, And going into a Danny Garcia fight, that's not ideal. That's really not ideal. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. The whole Errol Spence thing has been blanketed in secrecy. We don't really know what's going on. We don't really know how he looks. We've not really seen too much footage of Errol Spence. So it's hard to say. It's definitely hard to say. Big up to Corruption in Boxing. By the way, I really enjoyed yours and Official's first podcast episode. Really good stuff, man. I've sent some people your way. So what I'll do is I do plan on doing another shout-out video where we shout out channels. I will shout out the podcast channel in the next video. So, yeah, big up to Corruption in Boxing. Big up to Corruption in Boxing. And, yeah, big up to Adam Moore as well. Not sure if I said. Big Dan. So you excited for the super fight, which is Artur Beterbiev versus Adam Deans? Not really, man. I'm a big Beterbiev supporter. I really like his style, like his fights. But that's very underwhelming, I have to say. Very underwhelming. I'd imagine Beterbiev's going, he's going to smash him up in a few rounds. Going to be one of those sort of fights. Hopefully, after that, we see Beterbiev in there with a top 5 light heavyweight, ideally a unification fight with Dmitry Bivol. I think that would be the fight we'd all like to see right now from Beterbiev. But as for Adam Deans, I mean, Artur Beterbiev was originally supposed to fight Fan Long Meng. Adam Deans actually fought Fan Long Meng and lost a really close decision. He actually dropped Meng in that fight as well. So basically, Deans is on a similar level to Fan Long Meng, essentially. He's on a similar level. So yeah, don't really expect Adam Deans to do much in that fight. Yeah, I agree, Paul B. I think there's a lot of doubt. Yeah, I think Team Wilder are just playing games, to be honest. That whole conversation has become very very boring, let's just say. There's only so many times you can talk about that. Until we get a confirmation of that third fight, there's really not much to talk about right now. Big Dan, he says Beterbiev's going to smash Bivol and Joe Smith Jr. I think both are hard fights in a different way. Obviously, Bivol's a very good back foot boxer. He's got respectable power himself, good counterpuncher, does all of the basics very well, but he moves exceptionally well. So I think Bivol would give Beterbiev problems. And, Joe Smith, he's limited in a sense, but he can really crack. So he's always going to have a chance based on that power. We have seen Beterbiev hit the deck twice in his career. Maybe if Joe Smith catches him right, he could actually do some damage. But I would make Beterbiev a favourite over both, personally. I really would. A big media boxing channel said that he hasn't sparred. That's Errol Spence Jr. Okay, see, that would be very concerning to me if I was like a big Errol Spence supporter. That would be very concerning to me. Because Danny Garcia, listen, Danny's limited, as we know, but he's a good fighter. He does things well. He can punch fairly hard. He's very durable. He's going to stick around in there. Good counter puncher. He picks his shots quite nicely at times. He's no bum. And if Errol Spence Jr. is half cooked and he's not the fighter that he once was, dare I say shot, then Danny Garcia will figure him out. He will figure him out if Errol Spence is not what he was. We'll see it in that fight. That's why I really like that fight personally, because it's going to tell us a lot about Errol, where he's at right now, whether he's the same fighter. And we shall see in November. We shall see. Carlos Mendoza, he says, Del, which fight that's official are you looking forward to most? That's a good question. I'm really looking forward to Dorticos versus Briedis. I think that's going to be a very good fight. I think somebody's definitely getting knocked out in that one. So I like that fight. I really like, obviously, Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko. That's going to be interesting. What else have we got right now? Jamal Charlo versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. That's another fight I'm really looking forward to. And Nonito Donaire versus Nordine Mubali. Another really good fight. There's a lot of fights I'm really looking forward to. But if I had to say what my favourite or my most anticipated fight is, do you know what? Maybe, believe it or not, Jamal Charlo Derevyanchenko. Believe it or not. I'm really looking forward to that fight. I'm looking forward to that fight. Kevin Ide, he thinks Danny Garcia is underrated and he'll stop Errol Spence. Listen, man, if Errol Spence isn't the fighter that he once was, man, I mean, you never know. I could see Danny Garcia giving him real problems. I personally think Danny would give Errol Spence problems even if Errol's at his best. I think if you get a guy in there with Errol Spence Jr. who can punch with him and maintain his shape, maintain his composure, and punch with Errol Spence Jr., Errol's going to get tagged up. And Danny Garcia can do that, So I think at his best, Errol would have some problems with Danny. If Errol Spence Jr. is half cooked, then we could see an upset here. Yeah, big up to Pigeon Mike Tyson, by the way. I really like his stuff, to be honest, mate. Really like his stuff. This stream is solo, though, so I'm going to do this stream as a solo. One of the next streams, I'll have people on Pigeon. But yeah, in the future, definitely. But tonight, I'm just chatting some shit on my own, talking to the chat kind of thing. It's that sort of occasion tonight. Corruption in boxing. Nearly all of Beterbiev's defeats in the amateurs were to boxers, so Bivol has a reasonable chance. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's a very good point. Yeah. And Bivol, to me, is his resume looks a lot better in hindsight. When he fought Pascal, people were saying at the time Pascal was shot. Obviously, Pascal went on to beat Marcus Brown. Joe Smith Jr., since that fight, has picked up a couple of good wins. So Bivol's resume right now isn't looking too bad, to be honest. He's beaten some good, solid top 10 contenders. He just needs that sort of top 3, top 4 guy to fight. And yeah, I think he can beat anybody on his day, personally. But if I had to make a guess, I would favour Beterbiev in that fight, personally. But again, Beterbiev, he's not fought since, October last year? He's been out of a ring for a long time, as has Bivol. But, Beterbiev is getting older. He's, 35 now? So the inactivity is going to be a lot more impactful of his career in comparison to Dmitry Bivol. So, yeah, there's a few question marks on Beterbiev, to be honest. There are a few question marks. Hall of Vigilant, he says, Garcia needs a good, well-placed left hook on the chin to stop Spence. Easier said than done. Yeah, 100%. But Errol does get hit, man. He does get hit. And again, I honestly believe if there's a fighter out there who could actually sit there and trade with with Errol Spence, it is Danny. I think he can sit there, trade, and counter him in the exchanges. And I think he can have success. And if Errol Spence's chin isn't what it was, that could be an upset there. Triple J, big up to Triple J, man. Hopefully you're doing well. Sorry, let me go back up, sorry. Pigeon Mike Tyson, he says, at Blue Collar Sports TV, ask away. Got some great fights. Got some great thoughts. Started my channel up live on Ring Magazine. Okay, cool, man. I see you uploaded a couple of videos on your channel as well, Pigeon. So yeah, big up to Pigeon, man. Check his channel out. Carlos Mendoza, he says, if Danny Garcia beats Spence, what next for him? Danny versus Pacquiao? Yeah, if there's not a rematch clause, I think that's the viable fight for Danny, to be honest. Danny versus Pacquiao, pay-per-view. I think that makes sense, personally. Unification fight. Yeah, that would make sense if Danny beats Errol, because I think Danny Garcia stylistically isn't exactly a terrible style match for Manny Pacquiao. And I think he'll see that fight as a winnable fight, even at 41, 42 years old. Yeah, exactly, Pigeon, yeah. So they say Bivol's half a puncher. They say that Bivol has half a punch power of Beterbiev, but Bivol is the better boxer. Yeah, 100% Pigeon. It's a battle between the physicality of Beterbiev and the pure boxing skills of Bivol. Not that Beterbiev can't box, because he can. He's a very good front foot boxer. He actually has a really good technique called shifting, how he really effectively cuts the ring off. He's got a great jab on the front foot. He can counter on the front foot. Beterbiev is an extremely well-adept front foot boxer. He's not some crude come-forward fighter. There's no way, man. He's a really good front foot boxer, in my opinion. And obviously, on top of that, he's got great power and just brute strength, Like a lot of those guys from that part of the world, a lot of these guys are mad strong. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these guys are mad strong. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those fights, Justin. No doubt, man. Yeah, Danny versus Spence, Tio Loma, Pulev AJ. Yeah, you've got. Hopefully, we get Usyk versus Chisora as well. That's another good fight. I mean, I'm looking forward to it in a sense. Big up to John Gonzalez, man. Shout out to John Gonzalez, one of a BDA family. Hopefully you're doing well, John, man. Hopefully you're keeping well. Justin Marcial, Andre Ward is better than Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol. Funnily enough, Justin, I think he would have beaten Dmitry Bivol. I think he would have negated Bivol's rhythm and got a decision. However, I think Beterbiev would be a horrible style matchup for Andre Ward. Andre Ward could not manhandle Beterbiev like he did Kovalev. He couldn't neutralize him on the inside. like he did Beterbiev. Beterbiev is just too strong, in my opinion. There was a reason why Andre Ward retired when Beterbiev became mandatory, in my opinion, because Beterbiev was the IBF Mando when Ward retired. So I think he would have beaten Bivol, I agree, but Beterbiev, maybe I'm biased. I mean, look at my fucking avatar. Maybe I'm biased, but I would have picked Beterbiev, I'll be honest. I'll be honest, man. Yo, Adam Moore, that's a good fight right there. That is a good fight. Virgil Ortiz versus Yordenis Ugas. That'd be a very good fight. Yep, I agree, Adam. That's a good fight. Boxing Brains, I only scored 3 rounds to Ramos against Ugas. I would agree, Boxing Brains. I think the judges were very kind to Abel Ramos that night. Really kind. Not sure what they was watching, man. Carlos Mendoza, he sees Charlo beating Rosario by KO. I would say 7 to 9 rounds, easy work. I agree, Carlos. I think Charlo's going to have a few rocky moments here and there, but I think Charlo's going to get Rosario out of there. I think I said rounds 7 to 10 or something like that. Yeah, the same sort of area as you're predicting as well. Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. Yeah, Pigeon, I agree, man. Ramos was disappointing to me, man. I expected a lot more. He had too much respect for Ugas. Do you know what I mean? He was showed way too much respect. He should have gone in there, went gung ho, applied mad pressure, and tried to break him basically. But he showed way too much respect in the first sort of 9-10 rounds. Left it way too late. So yeah, man. I mean, wasn't a great performance in my opinion. Yo, big up to Tommy Temper, man. Yeah, Tommy Temper, big up, man. First time I've seen you in a little while. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're keeping all good in this crazy time we live in. Yeah, Big Dan. Yeah, top rank schedule for October is looking decent, mate. I think we've got Baranchik versus Sapida, Lomachenko versus Lopez. There's some good fights there. There's some good fights. You've got Navarrete versus Villa as well. That's a decent fight. Anthony R, man. Big up to Anthony R. He says, salute. I agree with Billy Joe fighting Callum Smith. That'd be a huge fight for DAZN. Yeah, man, exactly. Big fight for DAZN, big fight for Sky, big fight in the UK, all domestic unification fight. 100%. Okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Right, sorry about that. Got a bit sidetracked. Anyway, where were we? Yeah, Pigeon, I agree. DAZN's schedule right now is not looking too hot. You know, they really need to announce the AJ fight. They need to announce Usyk Chisora. Matchroom USA need to put on a few shows. You know, it could change in a couple of weeks, to be honest. But right now, it's looking rather scarce. DAZN's schedule. It's looking a bit scarce, if we're being honest. Pigeon, he's not a fan of Callum versus Billy Joe. I think they both need that fight, mate. I mean, none of these guys have done shit for a long time. So why not fight each other in like a unification fight, get a bit of momentum? Because right now, I mean, Callum's coming off a win over John Ryder, which he lost. Billy Joe's coming off a win over some random Argentinian where he looked terrible. None of these guys have fought in about a year. So just make that fight, man. Make that fight, unification fight, and the winner has some momentum kind of thing. But we'll see what happens, man. I'm kind of losing interest in both guys. If both guys don't fight each other next and they like fight randoms, I'll be very fucking disappointed. I'll be very disappointed, man. Yeah, Matchroom not looking too great right now. I liked the Dillian White card, Big Dan. I did enjoy that. There was a couple of fight. There was one fight camp I enjoyed. It was actually the Felix Cash versus Jason Wellborn fight camp. The main event was trash, but the actual card itself weren't too bad, to be honest. But yeah, apart from that, Matchroom are not really doing much right now. They need to really step up their game. They really do. I mean, they've got fucking Lewis Ritson versus Miguel Vasquez coming up. I like Ritson, but fuck me, that's a bad fight. He needs to be doing better. He needs to be doing better. A Shepherd of Sons, he says Matchroom schedules is as weak as pigeon's liver. Jesus. Shots fired, man. Shots fired. Hashman Boxing, big up to Hashman, by the way. He says Andrade beats Smith and Saunders, is, in his opinion. Do you know what, Hashman? When he was scheduled to fight Billy Joe, I was leaning towards Andrade. I think Callum could be a bit too big, though. I'm not entirely sure. Not that I rate Callum all that highly right now, but I don't know, man, about that fight personally. I don't know. Big up to Marlon Dingle in the chat. Anybody know of any chef vacancies? Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yeah, I agree, Hashman, to be honest. I do agree. Callum Smith is overrated. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I can't argue with that personally. I've said the same thing. So, yeah, I want to see Andrade fight fucking anybody with a pulse next. Liam Williams, that would be fine for me. Anybody with a pulse. I mean, why are DAZN not trying to make that Golovkin-Andrade fight? Why not, man? Be a good fight. Intangible, big up to Intangible Boxing News. By the way, he's got a channel as well. He says Jurgen Bremer would have schooled Callum Smith. Fight me. I said at the time, I remember at the time, I thought that was a really hard fight for Callum because the fight before that, he fought Rob Brandt, Jurgen Bremer, and he schooled Rob Brandt, won every round basically. He would have definitely he would have given Callum Smith some real problems. There's no doubt about it. Real problems. By the way, I like a potential fight between John Ryder and Danny Jacobs. I heard they're talking about that fight in the USA. I quite like that fight. I like that. I like Danny Jacobs. I like John Ryder. I think that's a good fight for both right now, personally. We all know John Ryder is the rightful owner of that WBA super middleweight title. Sorry, he's the rightful owner of that title. I think DAZN will get there in the end, Justin. I think they'll get there, but they just seem really slow out of the blocks after this pandemic. I think they'll get there in the end, though. Hopefully they do. I don't want any promoters to fail personally. I don't really have any favorite promoters, but when a promoter's doing bad or when they're doing good, I'll talk about it, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like I've been getting stick about this PBC schedule. Yeah, it's not perfect. There's been a few dodgy fights here and there, but in comparison to what everybody else is offering, PBC do have the best schedule, in my opinion, at least. It's only my opinion, but they do have the best schedule as far as I'm concerned. Top Ranks is really picking up. The October schedule looks pretty good. And yeah, just Matchroom need to get a couple of fights on and people are going to be back on board again. That's all it takes, really. A couple of big fights, and that's really what gets people excited. That's all they need. Yeah, corruption in boxing. Liam Williams versus Golovkin. That'd be a violent fight, man. That'd be a very violent fight. A fight I would love to see over here from a domestic standpoint would be Liam Williams versus Chris Eubank Jr. I think that'd be a very good fight. Really good fight. Liam Williams has definitely improved. And against that style, Chris Eubank Jr. is always going to be an exciting fight. So I'd love to see that fight personally. That'd be a really good fight. Liam Williams versus Chris Eubank Jr. A very violent fight. Big up to Boxman. Cristiano Ronaldo scored his 100th international goal. Big up to Ronaldo, man. The greatest of all time. I said it. Oh, yeah, they're talking about Felix Cash versus Liam Williams as well. Yeah, I heard about that, Hashman and Big Dan. Me personally, I would say Liam Williams would be way too much for Felix Cash right now. Way too much. Felix Cash looks okay, but yeah, I mean, too early. Too early for Felix right now. Way too early. I got really bad fucking heartburn and it's winding me up. Yeah, Briedis versus Dorticos, that's official now. Excellent, excellent fight. I'm leaning towards Briedis, to be honest. Overall, I see him as the better boxer. He's a really good counter puncher. He carries power. He's a tough bastard. He can get dirty, and his gas tank's reasonably good. I could see him stopping Dorticos down the stretch in that fight. It's a very good fight, though. Both guys carry power. Dorticos is the most anti-Cuban fighter I've ever seen. He's Cuban, but he fights like like a Mexican, I guess. You know, front foot fighter, looking for hard shots all of the time. Really aggressive dude, man. Defensively vulnerable. Very exciting fighter, Dorticos. Yo, big up to Hawker Mustang, man. Hopefully you're doing well, mate. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Box. Alfonso Davis is a poor man's Luke Ayling. Facts. Facts. Big Dan, he says, now I think it's a good fight. I think Williams knocks him out in the mid rounds, but I think it's a good explosive fight while it lasts. And I think Felix would shock some people. Maybe Big Dan, but I certainly believe Liam Williams would knock him out. I really do. Yeah, you're right, Hashman. Yeah, Felix Cash. Yeah, Felix got rocked. Yeah, he got rocked against Jack Cullen. Yeah, and even against Jason Wellborn, there was a moment when he got caught with was it a left hook? I forgot now. But yeah, he was kind of rocked against Jason Wellborn as well. See, Count Drago, good mention there. This Chris Arreola, Andy Ruiz card. See, this is my problem with the PBC schedule. Something like this, right? I mean, we've got Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz fighting on the same card. Andy Ruiz is fighting Chris Arreola, and Luis Ortiz is fighting, who's he fighting? Scott Alexander. I mean, those fights are pointless. Why not just make that fight now? Luis Ortiz is not getting any fucking younger. Do you know what I mean? Andy Ruiz needs to really bounce back from that Joshua loss. How he performed that night was a disgrace. Fighting some fat out of shape shot Chris Arreola isn't really going to move the needle. Fight a respectable guy like Luis Ortiz, who's still top 10 rated. If you go in there, beat Luis Ortiz, then you're back amongst the mix. Like, no matter what people here think of Luis Ortiz, he is still genuinely a top 10 ring-rated heavyweight. So that fight would make a lot of sense right now. But for whatever reason, they're marinating it. I mean, come on now. Come on. Yeah, big up to Anthony Fowler, by the way. Hopefully your CBD business is doing well. Hopefully your CBD business is doing well. Oh yes, Denzel Bentley versus Mark Heffron this weekend. That's going to be pure violence. I was talking about that earlier, Hashman. That's going to be pure violence. Very good fight, man. It's a shame Richard Latte versus Nathan Gorman, that's not on that card anymore. That's been pushed back to October 10th due to medicals from Latte being late. So, yeah, the card's a bit weaker now, personally. Well, that's how I feel anyway. The card's a bit weaker. Yeah, big up to Chris Hayes, by the way. Hopefully you're doing well. Puskas. That's a name I don't really hear much of, corruption. Not these days, anyway. Yeah, Puskas. Yeah. That's a very good shout. That's a very good shout. My favourite player of all time, though, I think Ronaldo is up there with the best, if not the best. My favourite player of all time, though, in terms of one guy I always thought was super underrated was Clarence Seedorf. I thought he was an excellent player, man. One of my favourite players of all time, Clarence Seedorf. What a player, man. Excellent player. Excellent player, man. Yep. Cavanide, yep. Andy Ruiz on the Mexican beef, yep. The problem is with that, though, Cavanide, Andy Ruiz is going to eat all of that shit. There's going to be none left for Canelo, bless him. So, yeah, Canelo needs to watch out, man. Canelo needs to watch out. Hashman Boxing, me and Bentley used to train in the same gym, and he never used to be a big puncher in the amateurs, more of a slick boxer. He can switch stances and has power in both hands. Heffron's in trouble. Interesting fight. It's an interesting fight, Hashman. I'm looking forward to it. I am leaning towards Bentley personally, but it's a big test for both. I mean, Heffron obviously had that big step up against Liam Williams, and essentially he got totally undressed and exposed in that fight. And he comes again in this fight, and this is this is Denzel Bentley's big chance to get to that next level. So there's a lot on the line here. A loss here for Heffron, that's really put a massive dent in his career. And obviously, yeah, it's a really good fight, man. There's a lot on the line. I think somebody's getting knocked out personally. I really do. Big up to Petey Saron in the chat. Big up to Petey Saron. Oh, yeah, England are playing, aren't they? Yeah, I forgot about that. But this whole Nations League garbage, man. I mean, Jesus Christ. Adam Moore, do you think Chris Eubank Jr. needs a proper trainer? Yeah, I do. I mean, he's kind of knocking around right now with Roy Jones Jr. How that's going to work out, I don't know. Obviously, Roy's got a fight coming up of some description against Mike Tyson. So how much time is he going to have for Junior in the foreseeable future? Probably not much. I mean, yeah, Chris needs some sort of... Chris Eubank Jr. needs a settled trainer, to be honest. Somebody he looks up to and can actually learn from and take instructions from. Chris Eubank Jr., he's been one of these fighters, there's a lot of these fighters from they've got famous fighters in the sport of boxing, and a lot of these guys turn out to be fuck-ups, lazy, not really hungry. But one thing about Chris Eubank Jr., he is hungry, he trains hard, he's always in shape, he's tough. He's got all of the attributes you would want, but the guy is so pig-headed, so stubborn, so arrogant, he's not willing to learn, not willing to learn at all. And that's his big undoing, in my opinion. He could have been a lot further ahead right now, in my opinion, if he chose the right trainer and actually listened. I'm not saying he would have been a world beater, but in my opinion, he would have certainly been better. He would have certainly been better. But yeah, maybe now it's a bit too late. I mean, how old is he now? 30, 31? So, Box, England, shades of Sam Eggington. Are we playing that bad? Jesus Christ, I'm glad I'm not watching it. Lads. But yeah, what are we now? Tuesday in the week. We're going to try and go straight edge for the rest of the month. And you might see a few more of these streams in that time period, to be honest, while I try and keep myself occupied. Leeds are losing, or Leeds under 23s. Okay. Justin Martial, he's disappointed. He's disappointed to be even from Leeds right now. Yeah. Oh yeah, Fantasy Football League. That's a good idea, Cavanide. I did one last year, but I forgot about it. I think I should do one this year. Should I do one this year? I don't know. I'll think about it tonight, and I'll make my mind tomorrow. I'll make my mind up tomorrow. Sorry. If I do one, I'll put a prize on the line as well. Something small, but a prize. Yo, I'm a Leeds fan this week as well, Box. I'm going to watch that game with a mate on Saturday, Leeds versus Liverpool. He's a Liverpool fan, so I'm going to be supporting Leeds, the mighty Whites. Up the Leeds, man. Come on, Leeds. Dirty, dirty Leeds. Oh, Christ. Anthony R. Devin Haney versus Gary Russell Jr. I've got no interest, man. Gary needs to be fighting guys in his weight class, a.k.a. Josh Warrington. Warrington has said he's willing to fight Gary Russell. Try and make that fight. Unification fight. It's a great fight. Why not? Devin Haney, for fuck's sake. Going up 2 weight classes. Silly, man. Silly. Not interested. I don't know, man. I think Gary's just being a fucking idiot right now. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. I really don't. I rate Gary Russell Jr. as well, but I don't know what's wrong with that guy. If he was a bit bigger, I would be very interested in that fight. I'd be very interested, but I think he's just too small, to be honest. He's too small. And Nordics, fucking hell, Nordics actually interested in the Haney-Russell fight. I just think Russell's too small, man. Skill for skill, I think Russell's better, I'll be honest. But, you know, at some point, size is going to tell, and I think it would in that fight. Corruption in boxing, Del. Before the Soviet Union invaded Hungary and all of their players exiled, the Hungarian team were undefeated for over 3 years, culminating in defeat to Germany in the World Cup final. Yeah, I know there was a very good team back in the day. Excellent team. But it's mad. They played good football as well, from what I heard. Like really entertaining football. Like, you know, like the Dutch and like the Brazilians. Like my favourite sort of football is like the Dutch way of football, you know, like total football. That's my sort of football personally. But yeah, man, it's crazy. We see teams come and go though. Yeah. Anthony Fowler, he's saying Gary's great for calling him out. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just kind of tired of these weight jump fights where one guy goes up 2 weight classes, 3 weight classes, and we always know what's going to happen. They're going to get their ass whooped. Every single time, yeah, this is a tip for you guys. Every single time you hear a pundit say, oh, he's daring to be great, that means it's a mismatch. That's a mismatch, man. I'm not interested. I'm really not interested. Now, I would watch that box. I would pay pay-per-view to see that fight. Gary Lineker versus Artur Beterbiev. Yes, I'd pay pay-per-view. Yeah, exactly, Levi, man. Back like I never left. Facts. As they say in America. Facts. Haney called out Campbell and said, who's he beat like Haney? Who the fuck are you to criticise Campbell's resume when you've beat 24 nobodies? 100% Big Dan. That's the thing now with these modern fighters. We see so many guys playing A-side, B-side, all this nonsense. It's like Crawford versus Spence. I don't think either one of those guys have really done enough to be dictating who's the A-side, who's the B-side. I think the whole A-side thing should be reserved for fighters who are truly proven and who are truly draws. You know, hate it or love it, Canelo, Mayweather, Pacquiao, Klitschko, you know, these sort of guys who are proven draws and the biggest names in their divisions. You know, Spence and Crawford are comparable. We should not be hearing that sort of talk in regards to that fight, as far as I'm concerned. We really shouldn't. But now we're hearing A-side, B-side in regards to domestic fights. You know, ridiculous. I mean, Anthony Yard's trainer, Tunde Ajayi, he was talking about Joshua Buatsi and what's he done to deserve a Yard fight. I mean, come on now. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yo, big up to Official Scorecard Boxing, by the way. I was saying to Corruption, who's also in the chat, excellent first episode of your podcast. And yeah, I do plan on making a video kind of shouting you guys out amongst a couple of other new channels I found. So yeah, man, big up to you guys. Really enjoyed that first episode. Really refreshing, you know, to like hear some real genuine boxing talk and no sort of nonsense in between, you know. Really refreshing, man. So big up to you guys. Hopefully you keep it on, man, because I think that could go a long way. I really do. Shit, I nearly fucking closed this page down. Jesus Christ. That would have been the disaster. Jesus. Yeah, exactly, Hawker. Exactly. None of these guys have done enough to really say, oh, on the A side, on the A side. Yes, Spencer sold a few more pay-per-views, but nothing impressive. Nothing impressive. Like, those guys should just get down, 50-50, make that fight happen no matter what. You know what I mean? Just get that fight done. But seriously, who has Luke Campbell beat? It's a good question, Justin. I would say his best win is Yivan Mendy, Darley's Perez, you know, like fringe level guys. Luke Campbell's wins aren't that impressive, to be honest. Del, what round does Teofimo stop Loma? Sorry, what round does Loma stop Teofimo? If he stops him, it's going to be in the last 3 rounds, I would say. Sort of rounds 10, 11, 12. I think what you're going to see in that fight is a case of paralysis by analysis. What you'll see in the first 6 rounds is Teofimo Lopez, he's going to be biting on every single feint. He's going to be biting on every single movement, and he's going to get slightly outworked, slightly outboxed for the first 6 rounds. Before he knows it, 6 rounds would have passed, and he realizes he's well behind in the fight. That's when he starts to get frustrated. Lomachenko ups the gears, starts to hurt him, starts to bust him up, and towards the end of the fight, he's going to get stopped, in my opinion. That's how I see it playing out. The thing is with Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, he's a fighter who he's a counter puncher, and he kind of relies on you to make a mistake. I don't think Teofimo Lopez is necessarily great at creating his own openings. Like, if you're not making a mistake, he's not all that dynamic, to be honest. He doesn't really set traps. He doesn't throw mad combinations or anything like that. He's not great at cutting the ring off. He's not great at creating his own openings. And I think we saw that in the Nakatani fight. I could see that being exposed in the Lomachenko fight. Lomachenko, basically what I'm saying is, it's his fight to lose. If he makes a mistake and gets caught, he could get hurt, 100%. But I think that's the only chance Teofimo has personally. He needs to catch Lomachenko slipping, basically, That's how I see it anyway. By the way, lads, if you could smash the like, it'd be much appreciated. Be much appreciated. A big up to you guys showing out, man. Yeah, you could argue, Big Dan, like Mendy's like a top 10-ish lightweight, but just about, man. I mean, I would personally say he's just outside of the top 10, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to reevaluate that. I might have to actually reevaluate that, but I don't know. But Mendy's okay. Mendy's not a bad fighter. Yo, big up to Jim McDonald's corner. Shout out to Jim. Hopefully you're doing well, bro. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, Patera versus Tennyson. Yep, European lightweight title fight. Casual Cucumber. Excellent fight. See, that's the fight that should happen next. Really good fight. A good European title fight is always a good watch. We saw that this past weekend with Dilmagani versus Samir Ziani. That was an excellent fight on Channel 5. If you've not seen that fight, check it out. Really good fight. Really surprised me, that fight. Yeah, Justin, I would say, me personally, I would say Mendy's just outside the top 10, personally. The thing is with lightweight, in my opinion, is quite top-heavy. And a lot of the guys at lightweight are unproven prospects, to be honest. So I think the division, I'll be honest with you, it's a little overrated. A little. It's a good division, but a little overrated. Selby versus Kambosos, who are you picking? To be honest, Levi, I kind of fancy Kambosos in that fight. Lee Selby at lightweight, to me, has not been impressive. I mean, the Ricky Burns fight, a shot to bits Ricky Burns, was very competitive with Lee Selby. It was very close. His fight before that against Omar Douglas was also very competitive. Omar Douglas is not like a top 20 lightweight. And Lee Selby struggled in that fight. He lost a few rounds. So I think Kambosos could be a bit too fresh, a bit too strong, a bit too big for Lee Selby. I don't think Lee Selby's a lightweight. I really don't. I don't think he's a lightweight. Yeah, man. Big up to you, Jim, man. I'm good, bro. I'm very good. Like I said earlier, man, we're trying to go a bit straight edge. No alcohol, no booze or anything like that for a month. Need to set myself some goals, I guess, because I've been working from home, and I've been letting myself fucking slip. I've gone from a 10 to a 9. I'm taking the piss. Oh shit, I'm taking the piss. Yeah, super flyweight's a very good division. Casual Cucumber, very good division. I quite like bantamweight as well. Light heavyweight, solid. I always like cruiserweight, to be honest. That's a good division. There's a fair few good divisions in boxing, man. There's a fair few good divisions. Yo, big up to G-Man Boxing. He says he's 100% on Selby at lightweight. He can see him losing that fight. Yeah, I agree, G-Man. I'm not convinced by Selby at lightweight. You know, he came up 2 divisions to go to lightweight. He was a featherweight before, skipped super feather, and went straight to lightweight. I'm not convinced, mate. I'm not convinced. And by the way, lads, G-Man Boxing, I'm sure a lot of you guys know, but G-Man Boxing has a channel. Really good stuff, man. So if you get time, check out G-Man's channel. As always, man. Really good channel. And same goes for Intangible Boxing News. He's got a channel as well, so check him out. Yeah, Kenshiro, Kayaguchi, Elvin Soto. Yeah, it's a very good division, light flyweight. Very good division. And flyweight's pretty solid as well, to be fair. Flyweight's pretty solid as well. Tanaka would have beat everybody at 108, but still has a good weight class. Yeah, Tanaka's very good, man. I like Tanaka. That Ioka fight needs to happen ASAP because I keep on hearing about that fight, yeah, but I feel like I'm getting teased right now. I've been hearing about that fight for far too long, and we still don't have a date. We still don't have a date, so I want to stop the talk about that fight for now until we see something concrete. Maybe I'll try and will it into existence, like I willed Dorticos versus Briadis into existence. I'll try my best for you guys. But yeah, that's a sick fight. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully it happens. By the way, it could be blasphemy, but I always thought Martinez could have beat Tanaka at flyweight. Julio Cesar Martinez. I always thought he could have beaten Tanaka. Would have been a very hard fight, in my opinion, anyway. The fuck do I know? Yeah, Nordic cruiserweight. In terms of pound for pound, pure entertainment, cruiserweight, in my opinion, has been the best division in boxing for the past 12, 13 years. I mean, some of the fights we've had have been immense. I could list them off, man. I mean, fucking Usyk versus Briadis, Gassiev Dorticos, Lebedev versus Jones. I mean, Wlodarczyk versus Cunningham Adamek, Huck versus Lebedev. There were so many great fucking cruiserweight fights in the past few years. Kalenga versus Dorticos was a really good fight as well, if you've not seen that. Some really good cruiserweight fights recently. Really good fights, man. That's a good shout, Hash, man. That's a good shout, yeah. It's a good shout. Yeah, so what you're saying is the winner, yeah, Ziani to fight Zelfa Barrett. Yep. Even Ziani versus what's his face, Joe Cordina, who's now also at super featherweight. I think that'd be a good fight. Yeah, I got mad fucking heartburn, madness. Yeah, I was Mark Source. By the way. I said it was official, yeah, when I saw one tweet on Twitter, and thankfully it came true, because I'd have looked like a fucking mug if it wasn't official. That'd be a very good shout, Casual Cucumber. I like that idea. If Chocolatito versus Estrada doesn't happen next, I don't think it is, by the way. He'd like to see it happen on the Joshua Fury card. Yeah, I'd like that. Yeah, that'd be very good. That'd be very good, Casual Cucumber. It'd be nice to see one of those fights on that big sort of card. I am Feel. Derek, where are you, Derek? That's jokes, man. Alexander Usyk, man. I want to see that guy fight again, ASAP. I'll tell you what, man. I'll be honest. If this Derek fight doesn't come off, fuck Derek off and just stay active, man. Honestly, just waiting around for Derek, and it's not for Derek, to be honest. It's just for the circumstances. But fuck me. I'm getting bored of waiting for that fight. I feel like I've been waiting for that fight since I was like 19. Madness. Unrelated, but do any of you guys use PayPal? They've been shutting down people's accounts for no reason recently. I suspect it's down to social media spying, so be vigilant. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised, Nordic, but the last time I checked, I've got 2 PayPal accounts. The last time I checked, which was like about a week ago, they were both still online. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. You know? Where art thou, Derek? Oh shit! Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to seeing Usyk back. Hopefully it's this year. But I've got a funny feeling we're not going to see that fight this year. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. But it's boxing, isn't it? That's that sort of fight that needs a crowd. Because in terms of pay-per-view, is that fight going to make the revenue to pay both guys' purses and make a profit? Maybe not. Maybe not. Confirmed, Tanaka versus Ankaras. He ducked the Ioka smoke. Are you serious, Unrivaled? Are you serious? Are you serious? So he was mandated to fight Ioka, and he ducked it. You fucking prick. You prick. Ah, shit. Yeah, Usyk's one of the best guys in boxing right now. In terms of pure characters, Usyk's up there, in my opinion. And he's a great fucking fighter, man. He's an excellent fighter. Just been missing his fights recently, Been missing his fights. There's a lot of guys I want to see fight, though. Like Bivol, Usyk, Beterbiev. There's a lot of guys I want to see fight. And these guys are just fucking, obviously on the shelf right now. Yeah, intangible. I agree. He says Estrada versus Chocolatito is starting to make me skeptical. They both agreed to have no tune-ups, and suddenly, sorry, I fucking lost it. Suddenly, there is no controversy about purses. Then all of a sudden, Estrada fights a Quadras. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that fight's pointless. Quadras has not looked good for a long, long time. He looks shot to me. He really looks shot, like you said. Not interested at all in that fight. First fight was great. It was very close, but the way Quadras is looking now, I mean, nah, that's not for me. It's not for me, man. It's jokes, man. Pigeon is having technical difficulty. Sorry. Ah, shit. Yeah, Usyk comes across as quite a smart dude, Callum. He does. He definitely does, yeah. It's like the Klitschko brothers as well. Those guys are all pretty smart, man. They've been definitely raised right, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, as for Devin Haney, Justin is saying Fortuna said no, which is true, but I mean, Gary Russell Jr., I mean, come on. They was looking at fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa. That tells you where Devin Haney's at right now. There's no excuse for fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa. First and foremost, Gamboa's not even ranked in the WBC's top 15. So that's the first problem. And the second thing is, you've got guys like Richard Comey in the WBC top 15. I know Comey's coming off a loss, but it's still a good fight. A former champion, a puncher. I would happily accept Devin Haney versus Richard Comey for his next fight. Happily accept that. Why are you looking at Gamboa and a little midget Gary Russell? Why? Fight somebody who's actually, proven at lightweight to an extent. Not a shot Gamboa, not a midget fucking Gary Russell. Oh yeah, yeah. Brandon Rios, man, he sounds terrible these days. He sounds so bad. I was watching an interview with him actually. This was a few months ago, actually, tell a lie, but I watched a few Brandon Rios interviews, and there was one interview from like 2011, and his speech, man, sounded obviously so much fucking clearer to what it does now. Like he has really been through the ringer, Brandon Rios. He really has. Yeah, Ankahas has been holding that IBF hostage in recent years. He really has, man. How many defenses has he made? Like 8 defenses, something stupid like that. And who's he really fought? To be honest, who's he really fought, man? It's getting a bit tedious, to be honest, with Ankahas. Yeah, you could see Usyk in like one of those '90s like Van Damme movies or like Steven Seagal movies, like being the henchman, like the Eastern European henchman. I think it was flyweight casual cucumber. I'd have to check. I'd have to check. I can't remember off the top of my head. Let me have a look. Yuriorkis Gamboa. I used to be really high on Gamboa when he was coming up back in the day. I really did. I used to be really high on him. Yeah, it was flyweight. Yeah, yeah. He won the. That was in 2004, man. 2004. Jesus Christ! I remember when he was on the come up, Gamboa, when he was fighting guys like I think it was guys like Ponce de Leon, Orlando Salido. You know, when he was beating those sort of guys, man. Really used to rate him back in the day. Really, really exciting fighter. Flawed as hell. Like his chin wasn't the best, man, but Gamboa was really, really good to watch when he was in his prime. Really good to watch. Sorry. Yeah, Israel Gonzalez. Yeah, that's a good shout. Unrivaled. Yeah, because Gonzalez definitely beat he definitely beat Cal Yafai in Monaco, man. That was one of the worst robberies I've seen in recent years. Yeah, yeah, I agree. Unrivaled. Yeah, you could say that's his best win, to be honest. Yeah, because didn't Gonzalez go on to beat Shawashida? So that win aged quite well. Didn't age too badly at all. Oh Jesus, Hashman, 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 Hashman. Listen, man. No, I'm not having that in this chat. I'm not having it. Nope. Sonny Edwards. No, no. I don't rate Ankahas that highly, but he would batter Sonny Edwards, man. He would batter Sonny Edwards. You've got to be trolling me with that comment. You've got to be trolling me. Callum N. Do you rate Agyarko as a prospect? He was the guy who fought on that recent BT bill, wasn't he? Didn't he fight what's dude's name? Something Wilson, maybe. But yeah, he looked quite good in that fight, Callum. He looked quite good. Yeah, Sonny Edwards, man, he needs to slap himself. I mean, look at that guy. The state of that guy in that last fight, he had like an Amish beard with like fucking pigtails. What is wrong with that guy, honestly? What is wrong with that guy? His Twitter winds me up as well, yeah. I had to fucking unfollow him. Guy's an idiot. Guy's an absolute idiot. Jez Smith, that's it, Callum. I was thinking Jez Wilson for some reason. Yeah, Jez Smith, yeah. But he was on that BT card, wasn't it? It was a BT card. Wasn't it? Hang on, was it the Frampton card? No, it's Lyndon Arthur card, wasn't it? Yeah, the Lyndon Arthur card. Yeah, I have seen him. I've only seen him once, though. He looked okay. But yeah, like Hashman said, got hit a fair bit. Yeah, Jez Smith. Jez Smith. I know who Jez Smith is. Jez Smith is the brother of Mitchell Smith. That's it. Yeah, I remember now. See, my memory's fucking getting worse and worse and worse as I get older, as you can expect. As you can expect. I mean, I could all back in the day, man. I could fucking remember all of this shit. But now, nah. He looked he looked like a gay E Honda. Fuck's sake. Yeah, big up to MB, man. Big up to MB. I didn't think Sonny Edwards looked that good against Asomba, to be honest. Thomas Asomba. I know Asomba's record's a lot better than it indicates, but sorry, his record is sorry, he's better than his record suggests. Sorry, but yeah, I don't rate Sonny Edwards that highly. He's a good domestic fighter, but yeah. Thoughts on Lee McGregor? I think Lee McGregor's a solid prospect, to be honest. Casual cucumber, nice shot selection, good body puncher. He's pretty big for that weight class, to be honest. I'm not sure how long he's going to make it for, but yeah, he's a solid fighter. He's a solid fighter. Not sure about his power stepping up as he goes through the levels, but yeah, Lee McGregor's a decent fighter. I can certainly see him winning like a European title, something like that. Ah, it's beautiful. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. So he's moved up to super bantamweight. Okay. Cool. These top ranked fights that have been announced. Take out Loma Lopez. It's not great, is it? I like I do like Ivan Baranchik versus Jose Cepeda. I think that's a good fight, to be honest. I think that's a genuine sort of top 10 contender fight. You know, both guys trying to get a title shot. That's a decent fight. Obviously, Loma Lopez, like you said. We've got Navarrete versus Ruben Villa. I mean, I've seen a little bit of Ruben Villa. He looks okay, but you know, at the end of the day, he's really not stepped up to world level. So we don't really know what he's about. So that's okay. Yeah, it's all right in my opinion. It's all right. It's all right. It's not too bad. What else is on there actually? Hang on, let me have a look. Let me have a look. For fuck's sake. Oh, yeah, top ranked boxing. Oh, we've got Kavalauskas this weekend, don't we? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Cepeda versus Baranchik, Navarrete versus Ruben Villa, Lomachenko Lopez, Beterbiev versus Adam Deans. Yeah, that's not a great fight. And Naoya Inoue versus Jason Maloney. I mean, Inoue, that is what it is. You know, he was supposed to fight Casemiro. That fight fell through. Maloney is like he's like a lower level top 10 guy in that division, in my opinion. It's okay, but we know the result basically, don't we? We know what's going to happen there. We know what's going to happen. Okay, where are we at? Hashman, he's 60-40 Baranchik. I would agree, Hashman. I'm favouring Baranchik. Zepeda's a good boxer, though. He is a good boxer. I mean, he gave Ramirez a really hard fight. Really hard fight. Some people felt he beat Ramirez, sorry. Really good, tricky southpaw. Good boxer. Not the stereotypical Mexican fighter. He can box a bit. He can box a bit. He doesn't have that stereotypical Mexican style. Yeah, I noticed that Hashman boxing. Yeah, Ruben beat Shakur in the amateurs. Yeah. Ruben's okay, Hashman. He's okay. He's all right. But yeah, I think Navarrete is going to be way too much, personally. I'm not sure whether Villa can really keep that guy at bay. Navarrete is he's a force coming forwards. You need to get his respect, or you need to be a really, really good outboxer. I don't think Villa is a good enough boxer, and he's not a strong enough puncher to really keep Navarrete at bay. I think Navarrete is going to work him over, maybe get a late stoppage. Yeah, Comey, yeah, exactly, Big Dan. Comey arguably beat Robert Easter Jr., and Comey's a better fighter than anybody on Haney's resume. Call them bums all you want, but they are better than who Haney has beat. 100% Big Dan. Yep, 100% agree. 100% agree. Kid Galahad versus Navarrete. Now, that's a good fight, Casual Cucumber. Do you know what? I think Kid Galahad, controversially, is getting better. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I think he's quite a good boxer. I was impressed with his last performance against Claudio Marrero. I thought he looked really good. I'll be I'll be interested to see him fight anybody at the top in that weight class. But he's mandatory again for the IBF. So, you know, he's looking for a rematch with Warrington. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, man. Yeah, intangible. His Twitter account is an absolute dumpster fire. Honestly, it's an absolute dumpster fire of terrible opinions, poor takes, and yeah, he's a muppet. He is an absolute muppet. Pigeon Mike Tyson, he's not having it. He says Kid Galahad is useless. Yeah, he needs to. He's a little negative. He's a little too negative, Kid Galahad, but he can box. He's awkward. He can box a bit. And I think he's getting a bit better. I thought he looked good, man, in his last fight. I thought he looked good. Marrero's not a bum. He's not a great fighter, but he's not a bum. And Galahad fucked him up. Haney checks his spam folder every week to see if he's received another WBC title. Shit. Yeah, big up to UCTV Boxing. By the way, I enjoyed your the video you uploaded earlier today, man. Really, really good video. Really good video. I need to watch the second one you've put up, though. I've not seen that yet. But yeah, he says blue collar 100%. Kid Galahad's last performance was not world class. It was elite. I think he beats Warrington in a rematch, and I've backed Warrington for years. Yeah, I mean, that first fight, man, could have gone either way. Again, controversially, I thought Galahad won it. But at the same time, I understand that Warrington was a bit more busy and Galahad was holding a lot. So I can see why somebody would score it to Warrington. I'm not complaining, but in a rematch, listen, he could beat Warrington with a couple of adjustments. He could beat him. He really could. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. Yeah, Navarrete's looked pretty good, G-Man. The only thing with Navarrete is his last fight, he looked a little flat. But I think that was because he was struggling with weight, to be honest. That was when he was on the Fury Wilder 2 undercard. He looked a bit flat. Oh, yeah, 100% G-Man. Yeah, they're not even beta males, to be honest, G-Man. They're like fucking omega males, honestly. Useless. Yeah, I mean, they could put a glass eye to sleep, those two. Christ, I enjoy a good technical boxer, yeah, but those guys just fucking bore the pants off me, the pair of them. Honestly, useless. Absolutely useless. Christ. Charlie Edwards, Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. Yeah, Galahad made easy work of Claudio Marrero, who's no slouch. Yeah, exactly, man. Yes, big up to Crazy D Freeman. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you're doing well, man. Cucumber ain't no casual. He knows his shit. Needs to change his name to Hardcore Celery. Shit. Calamen, Warrington doesn't want it, does he? To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't see why he would, based on that first fight. That was an ugly fight, man. Awkward, tricky. Couldn't really, get his work rate going. He was being disrupted by Galahad. I mean, yeah, I don't see why Warrington would want it again based on that first fight. I wouldn't want it again. Yeah, exactly, Nathan. Yeah, I agree. Galahad's a good boxer. Problem is he's high risk, low reward. Even in losses, he might make top guys look bad. 100%. We saw that with Warrington, man. 100%. UCTV, Navarrete's one of my favourite fighters, but stylistically, I think Galahad would make him look silly. Warrington Navarrete is a disgusting fight. You'll need to prove your age to tune in. Yeah, that'll be violent, man. That'll be absolute violence. Both guys throw a lot of punches per round. You could see some fucking CompuBox records being broken in that fight, honestly. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy, man. Yeah, I heard that as well, Nathan. Warrington versus Can Xu. By the way, that's another fucking fight where CompuBox records could be broken because Can Xu throws a lot of fucking punches. You know, throws a lot of punches. Neither guy are punchers, so I could see that going 12 rounds. I could see it being a war. It's a good fight, though, man. It's a good fucking fight. %, man. Yeah, Warrington versus Can Xu. That's real maximum violence. You know, that's real maximum violence. It's a great fight. It's a great fight. If that fight happens next, I'll be very, very pleased. It's been really. Do you know what? It's been really good watching Josh Warrington's rise as a pro. Basically, he came from area level to English level to Commonwealth level to British level to European level to fringe world level to being a world champion. Josh Warrington done it the right way. He went through every single level. He fought different styles. You know, big guys, small guys, southpaws, orthodox, boxers, brawlers. On the way up, he fought a whole array of styles and stepped up gradually. And Josh Warrington is a perfect example, of great matchmaking. How you matchmake a fighter coming through the ranks. He was matched excellently on the way up, as far as I'm concerned, and he's become a really, really good champion, Josh Warrington. You know, and that's one of these aspects of boxing that gets lost on a lot of people. You know, one step too soon, it can ruin a great potential champion. You know, we've seen that numerous times in the past when a guy's been pushed too early, or he's not had the requisite fights to prepare him for a big fight, and he gets smashed. Warrington did it the exact right way, in my opinion. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Casual Cucumber, aka Hardcore Celery. You're right, though, man. Yeah, Warrington is he's a credit. He's a credit to the sport. Yeah, I agree, Hashman. I agree, man. I mean, if you told me when Warrington was fighting guys like you know, I mean, who was he fighting? Guys like Amagasa and people like that. If you told me then, you know, Warrington's going to be like a world champion and a good world champion, I wouldn't have believed you, to be honest. But fair play to him. He has become that. He's become that. You know, very good champion. That run where he beat Selby, Frampton, and Galahad, that was a pretty good run. Levi Khan, does Yoka stop Duhaupas in one round, or does he need 2 or 3 to stop Johan? I hope Duhaupas doesn't get hurt. He surely has severe brain damage from that Povetkin knockout defeat. To be honest with you, Levi, I think Duhaupas is going to take Tony Yoka some rounds. You know, Duhaupas is a big, strong guy, good chin. I mean, he's got a very good high guard, nice jab. I think it's going to take a few rounds for Yoka to really kind of break him up and slow him down. Maybe a late stoppage. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to points, to be honest. Duhaupas definitely has a good chin. It took Wilder 11 rounds to knock him out, and that was a referee stoppage. Povetkin knocked him out in 6 rounds, but you know, Duhaupas was coming into that fight on 24 hours notice. Duhaupas does have a really good chin, so if Tony Yoka gets him out of very good fashion, that'll be a very good statement, in my opinion. Very good statement. Sorry, fuck me, I pressed the wrong button there. Jesus Christ. Corruption in boxing. Galahad's lack of power wouldn't trouble Emmanuel, and he would never get a favourable decision on the style. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I agree, corruption. I think Galahad, I wouldn't say he's like feather-fisted, but yeah, you're right. Against someone like Navarrete, I'm not sure he's got enough to really keep him at bay. Skill for skill, I think he can make him. He can make it awkward, and he could make him look a bit silly. But Yeah, yeah. I think I agree. I think I agree, man. I'd watch that. Jarrell Miller versus Povetkin. What a fight that would be. No drug testing allowed. I'd watch that. Yeah, Jay Belo. Yeah, Yoka's not a massive puncher. He hits hard enough. He Tony Yoka's got a decent speed though for a heavyweight. In the Dave Allen fight, he was showing pretty good volume for a heavyweight. I think he'll if he stops to Harper's, it's going to be on accumulation. You know, that's what it's going to be. Maybe like a referee stoppage, something like that. I don't think he's going to bang him out. I really don't. Really don't. Oh Christ! Are you being serious, Levi Khan? Erkan versus Malik Scott rumored for December in the USA. Christ, I thought Malik Scott was retired. And as for Erkan boss man from the kebab shop, I mean, he's not looked the same since the PED scandal. Christ. Jesus. That's a good fight, Nathan. Dan Aziz versus Shakan Pitters. I'd watch that. Yep. That's a good British title fight at light heavyweight. It's a good fight. Yeah, you're right, Hashman. Apart from Isaac Dogbay, there's really not much there, is there? There's really not much there on that resume. There's a lot of stay busy title defenses. Oh Christ, Manuel Charr versus Lucas Brown. Do you know what, Levi Khan? I would watch it. I would definitely watch it based out of just out of curiosity. I think Manuel Charr beats him, to be honest. I think Manuel Charr beats him. Hashman's he's sure Galahad wins. Listen, I rate Galahad more than most. A lot. I mean, I've noticed Galahad gets a lot of shit in the UK. He gets a lot of shit due to his previous drug conviction. But there's a lot of fighters in the UK have got drug convictions. You know, he served his ban. It's done now, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned, he's a pretty solid boxer. He's a tidy boxer, man. Really tidy boxer. I love his he reminds me of Kell Brook in a sense, a little bit more dynamic than Kell Brook, but he's got similarities in regards to how he throws those straight shots. You know, very very good fighter in my opinion. Very good fighter. Now that is true, Pigeon. I can't argue there, mate. Lucas Brown, he does suck. I mean, this guy got cleaned out by Dave Allen. Manuel Charr would beat him. I guarantee you. Manuel Charr would beat him. Garen fucking Teed. Garen fucking Teed. Yeah, I saw it. MB. Yeah, disgraceful. I think like the most you could have given Ramos was what, 3 rounds maybe. I mean, how one judge had that guy winning? Insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, that's a good fight. Casual Cucumber. That's a very good fight. I would definitely watch that. Yeah, I like that Walsh versus Dickens fight, by the way. That Golden Contract fight. That's a very good fight. I think Ryan Walsh is going to beat him personally. I think I'm taking Ryan Walsh to beat Jazza Dickens. That's a very good fight. And I like that O'Hara Davis Tyrone McKenna fight as well. I like that fight. I think O'Hara's going to knock that dude out. I think he's going to knock out Tyrone McKenna. McKenna, man, he's got a fucking lanky, tall guy, yeah, but he never uses the jab, never keeps range. Fucking hell, what the fuck just drove past, man? Jesus Christ. I got the window open. Fuck was that? What was a fucking A3 like, bloody 747 fucking landed. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Manuel Charr definitely has pictures of Gilberto Mendoza's Oscar De La Hoya fishnets. Yeah, WBA regular, lockdown stricter than COVID. Yeah, man, madness. The guy's not fought since 2017, bro. Not fought since 2017. It's insane. I think it was 2017 anyway. It's ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous, man. Yeah, I agree, Hashman. I totally agree. I think it's going to be a straight to the body. Totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, pick up the Levi, man. I appreciate you coming in here, man. You're always here, bro. So yeah, I watch these at work, and it's 4:30 my time in New York City, and my boss just reamed me out for being on the phone at work. Haha! Shout out, Uncle Del. Big up, man. Big up, bro. Big up. Yeah, I like the golden contract as well, Casual Cucumber. Really good concept. Really good concept. Really good concept, man. We've had some good fights out of it. A couple of bad decisions, but apart from that, it's been good. It's been good, man. Yeah, Dickens fucked him up, Hashman. Yeah, Jazza Dickens. Jazza Dickens can box a bit, though. He can box a bit. Like, he was giving Kid Galahad problems back in the day. Like, that's a really, really close fight until the stoppage. That's a good fight, actually. That's a good fight, man. Lucas Brown has more Hall of Fame wins than your favourite fighter. Facts. Facts. I've got Ryan Walsh, MB. I've got Ryan Walsh. I think Ryan Walsh is a really, really, really good domestic fighter. I think he's better than domestic level, in all honesty. It's a good fight, though. It's a good fight. Bolotniks versus Burton and Michelle versus Conroy. I think Burton beats Bolotniks. I know Bolotniks is coming off a win over Ward, but I'm taking Burton over Bolotniks, and I'll take Conroy over Michelle. Agent Smith. Agent Smiths. Jesus Christ. I don't know, man. We need to get old Calla Sauerland on the blower. Old Cocaine Calla. Hopefully season 3 happens. The World Boxing Super Series has been one of the best things to happen to boxing in the last sort of 5 years, in my opinion. Absolutely outstanding, man. Outstanding. I don't think we've got any simps in the chat, so one thing I'll be pissed off with, though, I'll be pissed off if we see a World Boxing Super Series, like a women's version. I'll be pissed off. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I'm the same, G-Man. I'm the same. By the way, lads, again, G-Man Boxing, UCTV Boxing, Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News, Intangible Boxing News, Pigeon Mike Tyson, all of these guys have channels, so check these guys out if you can, man. Check these guys out. Yo, Cavan, you know what? Funny you say that. Funny you say that. I've met O'Hara Davis as well, and yeah, he was a proper nice dude when I met him as well. I think O'Hara Davis just plays up to the camera, to be honest. I think he plays up to the camera, to try and sell himself, I guess. But yeah, he was all right when I met him. I've not really had any bad interactions with fighters, though, to be honest. I've never really met a fighter and thought to myself, oh, you're a prick, Never. So yeah, he was all right. But yeah, I'm a fair bit taller than O'Hara. I'm 6'1", and yeah, I was a lot taller than O'Hara. And it makes you realise, like, a lot of these heavyweight heights are full, like, bullshit as well. Like, what did they say David Haye was? 6'3"? I was basically the same height as David Haye. More or less. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, same, Dominic, same. Yeah, David Haye's another one, actually. David Haye was proper down to earth. He made a lot of time for fans, like not just like a thank you, hi, how are you, blah blah blah, but he was talking to fans for a long time, David Haye, and yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that about David Haye as well. Apparently, he's like other people think he's a nice guy as well. Nathan, he met Bradley Skeet, Lerone Richards, and Tyrone Nurse, all good dudes. Yeah. Yeah, man. Umar Sadiq, yeah, I saw this, Hash, man. Umar Sadiq's fighting in Russia against Fedor Chudanov. Yeah, that's a hard ask, Hash, man. That's a hard ask. I like Umar as like a sort of English level, domestic level fighter at 168, but sorry, I fucking burped. Yeah, I don't think he beats Chudanov, to be honest. I think that's a hard ask. It's a hard ask. Intangible, man. That made me fucking cough, man. Sam Eggington was robbed by Bradley Skeen. Ah, shit. Yeah, Hash, man. To be honest, mate, even if it wasn't in Russia, I think he'd be up against it. I really do. I think he'd be up against it. I'm surprised, Hashman, though. I thought Sadiq was going to fight Lerone Richards. I'm surprised about that fight. Somebody, I think it was MB who said that a couple of weeks ago about that fight. And it really took me back, you know. It really took me back. Yeah, Sam Eggington, listen, I like him, yeah, but the guy looks like a meth head a bit. Do you know what I mean? We've all seen them around. Not like a meth head, but like a heroin head. We don't really have meth over here in the UK. But you trained at Eggington's gym. Is that John Pegg's gym? Pigeon. He smells. Oh shit. Yeah, Lerone Richards. Yeah, he's a really tidy boxer. Sometimes you think to yourself, is he really doing enough? Is he going to get overwhelmed as he steps up? He's very low output and doesn't really take too many risks. Good boxer though. I could see him winning a European title. I could see him winning a European title. He's a good boxer, man. He's a good boxer. Just needs to be a bit more up his work rate a bit, I think. You know, he's a solid boxer though. He's a solid boxer. Sam Eggington looks like the lad who always rolled spliffs with really long black nails, and everyone refused to drag past. Yeah, yeah. Fair play to Eggington though, because you know he started boxing at 18, and he said he went into the gym and he said he wanted to become a journeyman just to feed his family, and he made a career out of it. To be fair to him, you know, we can't hate on that. So yeah, fair play to Eggington, man. He always comes to fight. Yeah, he's limited. Yeah, he's unrefined, but he'll come to fight. He's a tough lad, and he's made something of himself. So I can't hate on Sam. I can't hate on Sam. But yeah, you're right though. You are right. Jesus. The reason why Sam Eggington has so many tattoos is because he's got a tattoo sponsor who gives him free tats. That's jokes if that's true. I mean, why not though? Why not? Tommy Langford, yeah, that's a name I've not heard for a while. Yeah, he lost to Jason Wellborn twice, and he's not been seen since. Funnily enough, actually, when I was working in car leasing, when I was selling like car finance, he actually tried to get a car out of us, basically as a sponsorship kind of thing, where he wouldn't pay for the car, but we'd like sponsor him, provide him a car and all that shit, and we said no. But yeah, that's just a funny little side story. Yeah, I don't have one. I don't have one tattoo. Nordic. I don't have one. I'm bare. I'm bare. UCTV, he's the same. Wouldn't get one if he was paid to get one. Exactly. I've never really. It's never really appealed to me for whatever reason. Yeah, Dennis McCann, in my opinion, is maybe the best prospect in British boxing. Like Brett Fido's got obviously a terrible record numerically, But like you said, Hashman, the guy never gets stopped. He rarely gets stopped. In 80 fights, he's been stopped twice, and Dennis McCann fucked him up. Dennis McCann is a very good prospect. He's getting a lot of comparisons to Prince Nazim. Got a really interesting style, power puncher, fast, athletic. You know, he's going to be fun to watch, man. He's going to be really fun to watch. Chuck him in with Prince Patel now. He would destroy Prince Patel. That'd be a good fight to make as well. In terms of marketing, you know, the trash talk. That'd be a good fight to make right now. Prince Patel versus Dennis McCann. Why not, man? Yo, I'm good, Frank, man. I'm very good, mate. I'm very good. Hopefully you're doing well yourself, bro. First time I've seen you for a little while, man, so hopefully you're doing well. Women who get tattoos look like toilet doors. Good signings, Dominic. Alan from Napoli, that's a good signing. You know, you've James Rodriguez. If you could get James Rodriguez back in form, it's a very fucking good signing. And Ducare is a solid Premier League midfielder, man. So your whole new look midfield looks pretty good. That new look midfield, yeah, looks good, man. For fuck's sake, Unrivaled. I think I know who you're talking about. Idris Virgo wouldn't even beat a good journeyman. Yeah, Idris Virgo's not good at all, Hashman. He fights like a puncher, but he can't punch. He's very rudimentary, very very basic. I agree, mate. I agree. That'd be a good fight, Casual Cucumber. Yeah, that'd be a good fight for a Dennis McCann. That'd be a good fight. Sorry to hear that, man. My old man's passed away a couple of weeks ago, so my head's been all over. Been off work, mate. All good now, though, bud. Yeah, man. Nah, sorry to hear that, mate. That's never nice, man. When you go through loss like that. Yeah, I've got a couple of family bits at the minute, which is fucking kind of. It's hard, isn't it? But you got to be stoic. You got to deal with it, and you got to move on. Do you know what I mean? You got to just be strong at all times, kind of thing. But yeah, man. Nah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Not easy. Definitely not easy, man. Yeah, God bless you, bro. God bless you, mate. Yeah, I agree, Nathan. Yeah, he seems like a bell end. He does seem like a proper bell end. Trying to sell himself, I understand that, but there are limits, man. Going out there, yeah, pouring water on your opponent, and this opponent was a 0-7 journeyman. I mean, come on, man. Jesus Christ. Prince Patel wouldn't touch the menace with a barge pole. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it'd be good to watch, man. It'd be good to watch, man. It'd be good to watch. I see that, MB. I see that. Yeah, Goodwin offered 100k if Virgo beats Brad Pauls. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, we've got these fucking Love Island boxers coming through now. Tommy Fury, Idris Virgo. I mean, fuck me. Jesus Christ. I don't rate either guy personally. I really don't. I think they both suck. At least Tommy's going to get good sparring based on his connections, though. That's what I will say. At least Tommy's going to get good sparring. But I don't see him going far, to be honest. Yeah, Linus Hashman's from my local area. I've bumped into him a couple of times. He's from Luton. He's another good dude, by the way. He's a good dude, he is. Yeah, he's from Luton. Who was he supposed to be fighting? I forget. He was supposed to be fighting on a Matchroom card soon. I forgot who it was, though. I think it was maybe for the English title. Oh, I forget, man. I forget. My memory's terrible these days, man. Yeah, man, that's messed up, JB Lo, man. Especially with like the restrictions. Yeah, you can't go and see him, and man, that's mad. That must be horrible, man. Nah, condolences to both of you guys, man. Real talk. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, Linus versus John Harding Jr., Darren Butcher. Big up to Darren Butcher, man. Big up to Darren Butcher. Glad your memory's better than mine, mate. I'm glad your memory's better than mine. But it's a good fight. Jesus Christ. That's a good fight, man. A good little English title fight. Yeah, Love Island is absolute garbage, man. I mean, fuck. It's garbage. Like, I would struggle to sit through that. Like, even if I was getting laid at the end of it, like, if I was with a bird, I'd struggle. I'd struggle. It's garbage. I feel like if you have to sit and watch that sort of shit, yeah, it feels like your brain is rotting away. You know what I mean? It's just horrible, horrible TV. It really is. And that sort of shit influences people as well. People take that literally and they'll try and base their lives around it and act like those people. It's insane, man. Absolutely insane. Jesus Christ. Oh, damn. Nathan as well. Yeah. See, I'm lucky I've not lost anybody in this period. I'm really lucky. But yeah, there's a couple of family members in ill health, and it's not nice. It's really not nice, especially when they're close ones. Do you know what I mean? But it's one of those things, man. You know, you've got to train your mind to be like just be stoic and be as you know, just be as strong as possible. I guess, you know what I mean. Just got to be as strong as possible. I always, like, with me personally, like if it's a close person, I always want to be my whole I know it sounds really weird, yeah, but my whole goal would be to be the strongest person at that funeral, kind of thing, to hold shit together. You know what I mean? Like to be there for everybody else. I'll grieve in my own time. That's what I've been really trying to train myself to be like. But just my philosophy, I guess, on how to, yeah, everyone's different. Now, Darren, I agree, mate. Harding is like he is what he is, isn't he? Area level fighter type of thing. But I think it's a good fight for Linus right now. It's a good fight. LT, Dunair versus Dubali. Now that is a great fucking fight, LT. Obviously, Dunair is coming towards the end, as we know. He is past his best at this point. But that last fight against Inoue, he was very impressive, even in loss. But it's been a year on since, man. So I don't know, man. He could have got old overnight. I think I might still pick Dunair by knockout. I might still pick Dunair by knockout. A good fight though, man. It's a very good fight. Yeah, MB, I agree, mate. I agree. I might make a video about that sort of thing, but I can't. My mind's all over the place to really talk about it on stream. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You're definitely right. Who have I got? Heffron versus Bentley. Darren, I think it's a 50-50, to be honest. But my gut, something for some reason tells me Bentley. Maybe Hashman is getting... maybe Hashman's swaying my opinion. But yeah, my gut is telling me Bentley. Good fight, though, man. It's a very good fight. It's a very good fight, man. The thing is with Heffron, yeah, he's had that one step up against Liam Williams. And he got beat up in that fight. He got outboxed and stopped. And since then, he's done nothing. And even before then, he did nothing. So it's hard to see how good Heffron is. He can punch a bit, yeah, but he's not really proven anything. And neither's Bentley, really, but it's a hard one to call. It's a hard one to call. Anyway, lads, I'm going to wrap this one up. I initially intended this to be 45 minutes long. Here we are. You know, hour and 40 minutes in, man. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up. If you guys could smash the like on the way out, that'd be much appreciated because that shit always helps, as you guys know. But, yeah, man, yeah, just smash the like. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And, yeah, man, I'll try and stream. This might be the last one this week, to be fair, because might have a few things to do this week. But, yeah, if I can do one more this week, I will. But potentially next week, man. So, yeah, peace. Oh, big up to the overhand, by the way. But, yeah, came in late, man. But, yeah, cheers, guys. Peace.